Have you ever reached something you thought you wanted, only to feel empty inside? And if there were a story that could open a new perspective, guiding you toward true happiness, would you be willing to listen until the very end? Each of us is chasing a dream in life. Yet when night falls, many discover that everything feels meaningless, as if joy slips quietly through our fingers. If you've ever known that feeling, then today's story is for you. Stay with it until the end, because within these words, you may find the key that unlocks your own happiness. Long ago, in a small village surrounded by rolling green hills and a crystal-clear river, there lived a young man named Kai. He was admired by everyone for his determination and his courage. Whenever something seemed impossible, Kai was the first to step forward. He never chose to retreat. With a fearless heart, he faced every challenge head-on. And yet, behind those strong eyes, he carried a sorrow no one else could see. The villagers never noticed it. Only Kai felt it, an emptiness gnawing at his soul, day after day. Outwardly, his life looked perfect: success, respect, honor. But deep inside, he knew his story was unfinished, as though a vital piece of his life's puzzle was still missing. In search of peace and answers, Kai decided to set out on a journey. He had heard of a wise old sage named Lior, who lived in a humble wooden hut at the edge of the forest. People said that Lior's words were like a mirror, helping anyone who spoke with him to see themselves in an entirely new way. One morning, Kai gathered his courage and walked to the hut. When he arrived, he found Lior sitting calmly on a wooden chair, his eyes filled with serenity, his gentle smile carrying the warmth of the sun. With a voice heavy with sorrow, Kai said, "Master Lior, I need your help. I work tirelessly. I strive to achieve everything. Yet no matter what I do, I cannot feel satisfied. Please, tell me, how can I find true happiness?" Lior gazed at Kai for a long moment, then answered calmly, "I will help you, but first, you must do something simple for me." Lior pointed to an old wooden bucket beside him and said, "Each day for 1 week, take this bucket to the river, fill it with water, and pour it into my well. But remember, this bucket is full of cracks." Kai was surprised, but he did not refuse. The very next morning, he began the task exactly as Lior had instructed. Under the burning sun, Kai filled the cracked bucket at the river and carried it back to the well. Yet the water leaked out along the way. By the time he arrived, the bucket was nearly empty. And so, day after day, Kai repeated the task. The sun scorched his skin. The bucket felt unbearably heavy. Streams of water dripped steadily onto the dry ground. The work was exhausting. As the days dragged on, disappointment crept into his heart. He simply could not fill the well. And though he did not understand the purpose behind it all, he still did not give up. After a full week, his body weary and his spirit discouraged, Kai returned to Lior's hut, carrying the nearly empty bucket. "Master," Kai said with a heavy voice, "I have failed. I could not fill the well." But Lior smiled gently, his eyes radiating calm. "You did not fail," he said softly. "In fact, you did exactly what I hoped for. Now turn around and look behind you." Kai turned, and his eyes widened in astonishment. The path he had walked for 7 days, once dry and dusty, was now alive. Flowers blossomed brightly along the roadside, and fresh green grass spread out like a living carpet. It was as if a miracle had unfolded before him. "How can this be?" Kai gasped, his voice trembling. Lior's wise eyes glowed as he spoke slowly. The water that spilled through the cracks gave life to the land. It brought the barren path back to green. Life is the same, Kai. Each of us carries flaws, just like that broken bucket. But that does not mean our efforts are wasted. True happiness is not only about reaching the destination. It is about learning to value the journey itself. What matters most is not how far you go, but the imprint you leave along the way. In that moment, something shifted deep inside Kai. He understood that even if he never gained everything he desired, every step he took was still making a difference. Somewhere, in some quiet way, he was leaving behind beauty. Kai returned to his village, not carrying all the answers, but carrying something far more important, a sense of peace and a new way of seeing life. This story offers us a profound lesson. Too often, we keep our eyes fixed only on the destination. We tell ourselves, when I achieve something big, then I'll finally be happy. But just like Kai, we forget, the true beauty lies in the journey itself. The cracked bucket is a symbol of our flaws, our mistakes, and the challenges we face. The results may not always be perfect or complete, but every single effort we make brings light into someone's life. So instead of grieving over our imperfections, let us ask, what beauty am I creating along the way? If this story has touched your heart, please don't keep it to yourself. Hit subscribe and join us in spreading meaningful messages about life. Your like is the encouragement that helps us continue to bring you more inspiring stories. And if you know someone who needs to hear this today, please share this video with them. Sometimes, the smallest gift can change not just a day, but an entire life. Thank you for walking this path with us. Let us continue together on a journey filled with love, light, and hope.